Hello and welcome to Storytime, and I am Ron Miscavige and I am your storyteller. Now, before I get into anything today, that theme that you heard at the beginning is something that I wrote specifically for these shows, and it was arranged by a very good friend of mine, Rick Shaw. So that out of the way, let me get a little business out of the way, and I'm going to get into the actual meat of this episode for you. If you'd care to contribute to this or any of the other shows I do, you can do so by either becoming a Patreon or a one-time donation, and the links to that are in the description of this video. Okay, business out of the way. Now, the subject I'm going to talk about is attitudes and states of mind. Before I get into it, just let me tell you, the things I'm going to talk about, as I do on my other shows, are things that I've experienced in life. They're not something that I read somebody's theory on it or figured out on a piece of paper, this works, that works. No. They're actual things that I've used to improve my own life. I'm passing it on to you, and you can either use it or junk it. You know, keep that state of mind open. But if you use it, I guarantee you, you're going to do better at life. So let me get into some incidents that happened to me, and you'll see how these reflected on the subject I'm talking about. I told this story before on a prior story time, but I'm going to mention it again, and that is this. When I was a little kid, I used to go to my Aunt Stella's from where I lived in one part of town to another, and part of that route of getting there was walking along a railroad track that went through diagonally through one of the blocks in my hometown. So I'm walking on this railroad track, and all of a sudden, a guy appears in front of me and puts a gun to my forehead, and I can see the bullets in the chamber. And he says, "Give me your money." I knew who the guy was, too. Well, he was nuts, but that's besides the point. So he held this gun to my head, and I'm thinking, I have a dime, and if I give him the money, I'm broke. And I was trying to think of some way I could talk him out of it. And he said, "Turn it over, kid." So I reached in, I got the dime, and I gave it to him. He says, "Beat it." Where the hell was I going to go, you know? So I just kept on walking to my Aunt Stella's. And man, all the way up there, I thought, you were rotten. And I just cursed him all the way there. Got to my Aunt Stella's, played, never told anybody I got held up. My attitude was this. I used to go to movies with, cowboy movies, gangster movies. And in those movies, people got held up all the time. I thought it was part of life. So I figured, okay, I got held up. I got it out of the way for one day. That was my attitude. Isn't that wild? Now, how about this? How about maybe when you were a kid, maybe one of your parents used to say to you, "You're no good, you'll never amount to anything, blah, blah, blah." 20 years later, you're out of the house, and you're still thinking, "I'm no good, I guess I am no good." Listen, it was done to you, but you kept it up. I'll give you an example of this. And you can use this to your advantage, by the way. My father, one time I was working in the insurance business for a while, and he said, "Well, we could get a girl to do what you're doing for a lot less money." Just made me feel like a piece of crap. I left. Years later, to make him wrong, I took a job selling life insurance, and I got my picture in Newsweek magazine twice in 1 year for being top man for that company. That was Mutual of New York. In other words, I used that to make him wrong, and I hate to admit this, but at the time I did it, my father was dead. But I did it anyway. Get the point now. In other words, it may have been done to you, but you don't have to keep it up. Now, I'm not saying you should get a job selling life insurance, to show people you're pretty damn good. But one of the things you shouldn't do is sit around and dwell on it. Here's a couple things that you can do that'll get you out of that state of mind. Take a workout. That's right. Go down, do some push-ups. Or on one of my other videos, I have a very inexpensive isometric device. Get one of these, go take a workout. Take a walk, get out of the house. Take a walk, get your attention extroverted from your head. Get out of your head. Learn a new skill. Now, this is a big deal because I can tell you, every time that I picked up a new skill, I remember feeling so more upbeat than prior to that. It was it was therapy for me. Some people take up arts and crafts. You can do that. Or maybe you could learn a new computer skill or some skill at your job to make more money. Learn the skill, start making more money, you're going to feel good about yourself. So all these other attitudes or states of mind don't necessarily have to be dug out one by one and eradicated. You can do it by you becoming more competent at everything you do in life. Okay? So and as a matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing that I really do recommend, and it might not work for a lot of people, but learning a musical instrument, it's really therapeutic. And one of the things that makes it therapeutic is this. You have to really get discipline in on yourself in order to do it. That discipline has a tendency to spill over into other areas of your life. So those are some of the things that you could do. And I really think if you apply yourself along these lines, especially learning new skills and making you more competent in life itself, they're going to help you to be a more successful person and a happier person. That's what I wanted to talk to you about today, and I hope you can apply this because I do wish you the very best in everything in your life. I wish you to have a happy, healthy, successful life, and I would like to say to all of you out there, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Storytime, and I am your Storytime teller, Ron Miscavige. I will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye for now.